welcome to the channel. I pray that you're blessed and that everyone around you is blessed as well. I'm Tina from Tina Wonderfully Made. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe so you can join the Wonderfully Made family. We talk faith, family, and books here. If you're returning, welcome back. So, it is a couple weeks away until my 27th wedding anniversary. When I tell you that these years have flown by so fast, it's not even a joke. Like, it does not feel like 27 years. We've been together for 28, well, going on 28 years. If you don't know, if you're new here, I got married to my husband when I was 16. You heard that right. Not like a religious thing, not, forced or anything like that. My mom did have to go and sign for me to get married. But it was because we just knew that we wanted to be together and the time has shown. So what I wanted to do for my April picks is have my husband choose my TBR. Now, there was a couple books that I was hoping that he would pick. However, he did not. I knew there was one that he was for sure going to pick. So I'll put the clips of him looking through my books. He did an okay job. The first one that he picked, I didn't get a chance to film it because he was real quick. But he did read the synopsis, and the one that he was for sure going to choose for me, and I knew he was going to, was one that he picked when he went to the Bible Museum, I believe it was, in Washington, D.C. Let me know, comment down below if you've ever been there. He said it's amazing. I've never been, but he did give me a book, and he bought it for me 2 years ago, and it's still been sitting on my shelf. So that was definitely one that I knew he was going to choose. The reason why I have not read it, the font is so small. That's the only reason why. But the synopsis, it's a true story. So when after I show you the clips and everything, I will talk about the books that he picked and let you know if he gave any commentary. I know at first he said I was gonna have him sit with me or do it as a couple, but he has not been feeling well, and I didn't want to force him on camera and him coughing and feverish and stuff. So I was kind. He does eventually want to do snippets here and there of him being in my videos. He has this idea, which I think is hilarious, but I will share more of that later on. Also, I have makeup on, you guys, because I am an ambassador for an indie bookstore here where I live, and they needed models for their branding and socials and all that stuff. So I was like, hey, I'll do it. I don't know if I'm the only person that's showing up, but we'll see. I'm nervous, but then not nervous, So, I show my face on camera all the time, so I'm not really nervous. I think if I was first starting out, I think I would be shaking, but I'm fine right now. Wait till we get there. I don't know. I'm not gonna film anything because I don't know what the rules are or anything yet. So if I can get a photo or something while I'm in there with my phone, then I will post it. But other than that, I'm just excited to see how this goes. I don't know. Anyways, I'm driving and I don't want to I want to drive safe. So we'll see. Also, fun news. I know I mentioned in the last video that I posted last week that I have a Pango Books account or whatever. So I've been posting books up on there. The link is in the description. Sorry for the bumps. I did buy a mount for my car, so I just haven't put it in. You know, it took me long enough to even get one, so see how long it takes for me to actually put it in the car. Anyways, I have the Pango Books account, so you can go check it out. Click the link in the description. I haven't put like tons of books, but I do have a little bit for everyone on there, from adults to kids. I was a teacher, like daycare teacher, but I am also a grandma. And since my grandkids are heading to Texas to move back down there, I don't need all the books that they had at my house. So they are on the Pango. And another fun and exciting thing, I have a website. And it's like a go-to for everything and anything. So from my social medias to book picks to inspiration, I'm eventually gonna do fashion because I love fashion. Fun fact about me, when I was like about 10, 11 years old, I was already calling fashion schools, like fashion design schools, to get information for college. I did not go, but fashion has always been my thing. My grandmother that raised me, she is my mom. I call her mom. She would make dresses and stuff for people and for herself and for me growing up. And I just thought that was the most amazing thing. I did learn how to sew a little bit. Nothing crazy. I know how to cut a pattern and all that stuff, but I just didn't keep up with it. The Lord had other plans, okay? So eventually I'll be, posting like fashion ideas and modest fashion ideas. I'm not out here showing everything. That's just not who I am. More power to you if you do that. That's just not who I am. So anyways, and then it's just gonna links to my Pango Books, and like I said, links to my social media. I eventually want to add a couple freebies and stuff here and there. That's what we're working on. But shout out to my amazing husband, who has been working so hard to get this up for me, and it was all his idea. I'm just so grateful for him, just so blessed. And so he's been helping. He's been actually doing it all. He just asks, what I think, and he, puts it together. So check it out. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, the link will be in the description as well. But yeah, let me finish driving. Let me get to this photo shoot safe, and then I will post. Well, I'll add the snips of my husband picking the books for me, and then I'll sit down and talk about what he picked and if he had a reason. So let's go on about our day. I'm back. My voice is probably a little scratchy. I think I'm getting sick. I don't know. My husband's been sick, so yeah. And then it's raining right now. Just a hot mess. But anyways, photo shoot went great. While I was there, of course, I had to browse, and I ended up picking up 3 books. I need to go on a book buying ban because I have way too many books that have not been read. So I think I'm going to put myself on a ban, but I'm going to challenge myself to read as many books as I can. I am going to do a 24-hour readathon, so keep an eye out for that. I will probably post it more on my TikTok, so check that out. I don't know when I'm gonna post it or when I'm gonna do it, so anyways. I first want to show you what I got from the bookstore and also what I am finishing up, since this is my last book for not April. We're not even April yet. For March. First Eye Wins. For some reason, I just cannot finish this book. The bus is passing by. It's not bad. Like, I'm actually gonna read it. It's just I have been so busy. My daughter and her family are moving to Texas, and so I've been trying to spend as much time with them. And then my son is also gonna be moving in like a week and a half or so. So spending time with him as well. Anyways, so I'm gonna see how far I can get. I think I'm like halfway, so hopefully I'm gonna like challenge myself to read at least 100 pages so I can get pretty far and hopefully finish it by the time you're watching this. But anyways, it's about this girl. She is working for this guy that she's never met. I think his name is Mr. Smith, and she is like a con artist, but she's helping him, and she's losing her identity in the process because she doesn't really know who she is anymore. And it's pretty good. It's actually really good. So I definitely want to finish this soon because I actually like it. Now, what I got 2 used books and then 1 new. I wanted to get some historical fiction, but then I also wanted to get a Christian romance, specifically by a Black author, because I have a lot of Christian romance or like Christian fiction books, but none. Oh, I do actually have some by Black authors. But anyways, I wanted to pick something up from this specific author because I've seen a lot of people talking about her on TikTok. So this one is by Tony Shiloh, and it's called A Run at Love. So cute. So it's about the Kentucky Derby, and it's talking about this Black woman that's in a field, majority white, of course, and she's the one diverse person, and she's trying to make herself stand out in this field, and she ends up meeting this one guy, and they hit it off. I'm just picking up bits and pieces from the back. Anyways, the first book is called, oh, what is it? The Love Script, and I was gonna get it, but they didn't have it in stock, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna grab this one. And then there's also a 3rd book. I forgot what the name was as well, but I was like, let me just grab it. I can order the other one or just see if they have it later on. So I grabbed that one. That one's the new book. And then I grabbed these from the used section because the indie bookstore that I did the photo shoot with, they have like a huge new section. They have a bunch of different book merchandise, and then they have, of course, books for sale. And then the back they have the kids section and albums and Christian section, but they also have a huge, pretty good used section, and you can sell your books to them and earn like instant credit or cash. So anyways, this one is called The Sweetness of Water by Nathan Harris. I liked it. I was browsing around the used section waiting for the girl that I was supposed to report to. And this one says, in the waning days of the Civil War in rural Georgia, brothers Prentice and Landry, freed by the Emancipation Proclamation, seek refuge on the homestead of George Walker and his wife Isabel. The Walkers, wrecked by the loss of their only son to the war, hire the boys to work their farm, hoping through an unexpected friendship to stanch their... I have reading glasses on, but I still can't see. My eyes are good though, don't get me wrong. While Prentice and Landry aim to save money for the journey north and a chance to reunite with their mother, who was sold away when they were boys. Parallel to their story runs a forbidden romance between two Confederate soldiers recently returned from the war to the town of Old Ox. When the young men's secret is discovered, the resulting chaos, including a murder, unleashes convulsive repercussions on the entire community, with Isabel emerging in the tumultuous aftermath as an unlikely leader. So it's romance, there's some chaos going on. Hopefully it's good. It sounded really good. That was only $7.50. And in this one, since I love Kristen Hanna, I heard this author is similar to her writing, and it's same name almost, but it's Kristen Harmel. And this is called The Book of Lost Names. This one was $7. It says, Eva Abrams, a semi-retired librarian in Florida, is at the returns desk one morning when her eyes lock on a photograph in a newspaper nearby. And she says she remembers seeing that picture of this book called Book of Lost Names. Duh. And it says that she was a graduate in 1942. Eva was forced to flee Paris after the arrest of her father, a Polish Jew. Finding refuge in a small mountain town in the free zone, she begins forging identity documents for Jewish children fleeing to neutral Switzerland. Oh, that just sounds like something up my alley. I just love stories based around world wars and all that. So definitely want to check that one out. Like I said, that was $7. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, my husband was picking my April TBR, and I am nervous. So he picked 4 books because, first of all, I have a couple books that I need to read. I'll show those first, which is a book from my 12 books that I want to read in 2026. So I ended up choosing The Perfect Marriage. I think I'm probably the only one that has not read this book. And I got the special edition one from, I believe, Target. I could be wrong. I don't know. But it's the one with the, like, blood splatters on the edges. So I'm gonna read that one. I'm still debating between that one and Yellow Wife, so it's gonna be one of those two. Just keep an eye out for like updates on what I'm reading. And then, since I am part of or reading Francine Rivers books with Oshina's Fable Book Club, this month, well, April's pick is A Voice in the Wind. And this is part of a series, and it's a 3-part series, and that's the Mark of the Lion series. And I've heard great things about this one. Like, the cover alone is absolutely beautiful. And I've heard nothing but good things about the whole series in general. Because normally it's just like, the first book's good, the second's like, eh, and then the third's like, why did you even write it? But all 3 books have gotten like really good reviews, so I'm excited to read this one, and I'll probably start it even before April comes, because I know when you're watching this it's still March, I believe, so we'll see. And then there is a book that I was hoping my husband would pick, but he did not. I don't know if maybe I should have hinted it to him, maybe he would have picked it, I don't know. But I definitely, since it is our anniversary month, and this is like a love story, I feel, but it's a Christian love story, and it's The Field of Grace by Tessa Afshar. And this is the book, the story of Boaz and Ruth. And I don't know, for some reason, I've just been wanting to read this for so long, and I just feel like this will probably be my last resort or my last book of the month if I do get through all of my stories. So, but I definitely want to read this one. Now, the pics that my husband grabbed off my shelf. So, the first one that he chose, and I was like talking about it a little bit in the beginning as well, this one he got from the Bible Museum, and it's called A Chance to Die by Elizabeth Elliot. There you go. And it's a true story. I'm not 100% about the story, but it definitely sounds good. It's about Amy Carmichael, and it says understood true discipleship and lived it out. So there's that one. He also picked this one, and he was just looking on the shelf reading, you know, the synopsis on a bunch of books, and he picked The Replacement Wife by Darby Kane. And I don't know if this is telling me something or what, but he did read it in the back and said it sounded good. This was the first book that he chose, and he was like, I'll give you a short one. And it's The Housemaid's Wedding. And then the last book he picked, he says you need a romance, so he did read the back of this one as well, and it's The Neighbor Favor by Christina Forrest. And I have not read a Christina Forrest book, so this one sounds really good. And yeah, so that was the last book and what he chose. Anyways, I'm gonna cut this short because it's probably gonna be super long, and yeah, and my throat's kind of itchy too, so I'm gonna get some tea, call it a day. Anyways, remember to check out the website. If the link is in the description, it should be. We're gonna try and get it live. And check out Pango Books as well, see if there's anything you like there. Also, remember that you're fearfully and wonderfully made. Talk to you later. Bye.